Hello, hello. Here we are. Here we are. Yes. Here we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. Yes, it's the wonderful world of Formula One back again. Yes. And nobody cares. No, nobody cares. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But anyway, we are here, as always, with me and Mr. TB the Bear. Yes. At least we've still got TB. At least we've still got TB. Yes. With everything else going on in the world and Formula One going down the shitter, at least we've got TB the Bear. Yes. Everyone's favourite bear and number one Lewis Hamilton fan. Aren't you, TB? Well, what do you think about Lewis then? He did do well, didn't he? Yes. World champion this. Really? Wow, that's some bold confidence there from everyone's favourite bear. But there he is. He's called it right now. Lewis Hamilton, world champion 2026. I don't quite know about that. But anyway, we will continue. So, latest breaking news from Aston Martin is that they have 2 batteries for China. One each for both of the drivers. And apparently they went through a lot of batteries in Australia. They won't actually reveal how many because they got very defensive when asked about this, but they did go through a lot of batteries in Australia. They've got 2 left, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to repair some of the batteries that weren't that badly damaged from Australia to give them at least another pair of batteries to use, which looks like it's going to have to happen in China, because unfortunately Aston Martin are no further down the line to resolving the issue with the car. They have said that the vibration issue is better, but it still isn't solved. So yeah, and of course with a 5-day turnaround, they basically had to pack up from Australia and go straight to China. They probably had about 4 or 5 hours total time to try and see if they can get on top of the vibration issue, and of course that is just not enough time at all. So yes, they're going into China with a slightly improved issue with the car, but it's still going to be there. Now, some of the things that weren't reported during the race, which I wasn't aware of, is that apparently Fernando Alonso did 24 laps, then came in for a rest for a while, and Lance Stroll actually came in for a 15-minute break. That's why he was 15 laps behind at the end, because he actually stopped for about a quarter of an hour. None of that I saw during my Channel 4 commentary or afterwards. So yeah, that's all come out later. But yeah, that's the latest woes from Aston Martin at the moment. And of course, Adrian Newey once again still saying it's not me, it's not my chassis. My chassis, it's the engine. It's the engine. Bloody Honda. They couldn't build a bloody lawnmower engine. They couldn't. That's what he's saying. And Will Buxton on the Up to Speed podcast, latest edition, actually said that this is disastrous for Aston Martin, and they've basically destroyed any good reputation they were hoping to get from Honda over this by blatantly coming out and saying, you know, the chassis is fine, it's the engine that's the problem. I mean, they may be correct. It may be the engine that's the problem. But, you know, coming out and saying that publicly is not good news whatsoever. Kind of reminds me of the Red Bull and Renault engine problems when they said, "Oh, it's not our car. It's the Renault engine. It's not up to snuff." And then of course Renault got very huffy and then decided to go off on their own and create their own works team. So yeah. Not good. It doesn't look good for Aston Martin at the moment. It just seems strange being a completely British team and yet they partnered with Honda. Aston Martin Honda. I mean, it just doesn't even roll off the tongue, does it? Aston Martin Honda. Yes. So there's woes at Aston Martin, but we will see what develops. Right. Let's go and see if there's anybody in the dock. Because I may just be talking to myself. I've no idea. Let's have a look. Oh no, I'm not talking to myself. We have people. We have people here. Yes, we have. Let me make myself a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Hello, Shane. Welcome to the stream. He says, well done to George Russell for winning the Australian Grand Prix. Yes, indeed. Well done to George of the Russell for winning the Grand Prix. And wasn't he smug about it? Wasn't he smug about it? Yes. Hello, Mr. Rugar. Welcome to the stream. He says, and after collecting a gold trophy, we are here. Yes. Have you heard, Dave? MotoGP is moving to the Adelaide Street Circuit next year. I did hear that, Shane. Yes, I did hear about that. Hello, TB. Yes, hello, TB. Wowzers, great. Hello, Mr. Lionel Pessy, 707. Welcome to the stream. He says F1 is rubbish. And do you know what? I have to agree with you. But before I continue, I've got a huge spot in the middle of my glasses. And I'm looking at it, and it's pissing me off. So I do apologise. Let's clean them. See, it's the joys of getting old, needing glasses. Mind you say, now I know a lot of you youngsters need glasses, so it's not really an age thing, but it is for me because I never needed glasses when I was a youngster. I was fine. I was, yes, A1 vision I had. And then I hit about 47, and then it all went downhill. Yeah, it all went downhill. That's better. That was annoying, that was, because I could see it in my vision. Right, let's continue. This is so professional. This is just like the Arava channel. F1 is rubbish. Right, let's address that point. F1 is rubbish. Yes. As I said in my little mini rant on Monday, it was a good race. It was exciting. I enjoyed those first 15 laps, but it was fake. It was just absolutely fake. Those moves weren't real moves, were they? They were just purely, oh, hang on, I've run out of battery, so I'll pass you. Now, I've said somewhere around the socials, I can't remember where I posted it, I said, I wonder now if what's going to happen, especially at China, is that they're just going to sit behind each other and go, well, there's no point in overtaking because he's only going to have me back on the next lap, so I might as well just sit behind him. I wonder if that's what's going to happen. Now, if you notice during the race, all excitement and overtakes for the first 15 laps, and then towards the end of the race, it all sort of calmed down and sort of started to go like the races of old because the drivers had sort of worked out about the battery and how it was all, coming to fruition. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be too long before we're all going, oh, God, this is boring again. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too long. But as I say, in regards to the false overtakes, I'm pretty sure they'll just sit behind each other and go, well, there's no point in going past because he'll only have me again on the next lap. Why? Yeah, that's going to happen. Definitely. That's going to happen. So yeah, it was fake. And we got Max Verstappen now hilariously posting that he's practicing for Grand Prix now by playing Mario Kart. Yes. Oh my God. Max is just so pissed off right now, isn't he? Just imagine. Even just last year, because that was when we still had proper motor cars in the races. Even just last year, okay, he was in the pinnacle of motorsport. Top of his game. Didn't win the championship, but it's still top of his game. You can't take anything away from Max for that. Still top of his game. And now he's coming to this year and suddenly he's in the W Series. Yeah. He's in the W. He must be looking around going, what the hell happened? Why am I now in the W Series with all these women? I don't get it. And I understand. Max has had enough. A lot of the drivers have complained that, right, here's the problem. I know that Formula E has a massive dedicated fan base, and I understand that, and I understand the reasons why it's got a dedicated fan base, and that's great. I've never watched Formula E, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to start bashing it. I mean, I've never even seen it, so I wouldn't even know if it was quality or whether it was bad or not. But all I'm saying is, when I switch on the telly on a Sunday evening, I want to watch a Formula One race. I don't want to watch a hybrid F1 come Formula E race. And this is exactly what it's become now with these batteries. I'm just sick to death of hearing about batteries now in Formula One. It's just ridiculous. It really is. Apparently the batteries are just so tiny that they just haven't got any output on them whatsoever. Didn't you think about this before? FIA, seriously. And someone has suggested, and I've said it as well, and it's just so simple, the solution. It's unbelievable. Take the batteries out. And just run the car on what it is. It's still a 1.6 litre turbocharged engine. Okay, it's going to be a lot slower, admittedly. It's going to be a lot slower without the battery. Maybe 5 seconds a lap slower. But they're still going over 200 miles an hour. They'll still be going over 200 miles an hour. Surely that's enough. Just take the battery out and run it as a normally aspirated 1.6 turbocharged engine. That'll be it. That'll be the solution. Now, what you should have done was up the horsepower of the engine to like a 2 litre, or what they use in IndyCar, I believe, is a 2.6 litre. That's what you should have done, and just got rid of all the battery power. Because Formula One, it ain't working. I've been looking around the socials ever since Monday, looking at people in the comments section of all of these podcasts that have been going on, all the Up to Speed podcasts, and quite a few, small creators, large creators. I've just been looking at the comments, and the overriding opinion is that everyone hates it. There was one guy on there on one of the channels that I follow. I can't remember who it is. There was one guy on there. He said, thanks guys, but I'm out of here. I've been watching Formula One since 1966. Now that's a very long time, and that's about 22 years longer than what I've been watching it. He says, I've been watching Formula One since 1966, but I'm out. Enjoy your time watching a load of Dysons going around the track. And that's it. So this is a guy that's been watching Formula One since 1966, and he says, I'm out. I'm gone. I just can't do it anymore. But all through the comments I've been looking at, it's just repeated over and over again. No, can't be bothered, because it's not racing, is it? It's not racing, and that's what we come for. That's what we want to see. We want to see racing. Now, keep this flappy wing thing that comes on. Keep that, because that obviously serves an advantage. So I'm not saying get rid of that. Just get rid of those batteries. Just get rid of them. Just do it. Just Formula One, for once in your life, just come out and say, look, we've made a huge mistake here. We know we've made a mistake, and this is how we're going to rectify it. But of course, it's not going to happen, because they've spent millions and millions developing those engines. They probably won't run very well without the batteries in them, because the battery is probably, so intertwined with the engine power that it probably won't run very well. So they probably can't do that. But that's the solution they need to do. And I'm hoping that they'll see sense. But unfortunately, if they don't, we've got these regulations now for the next 5 years. Just imagine that. 5 years of head girl George Russell going round and winning every race. Because that's what's going to happen. Because Mercedes... This is another thing I don't get as well. Why did they let Mercedes develop the engine? It was absolutely clear as day that doing that would have given Mercedes an advantage, isn't it? So why did they do it? Little bit of cash from the FIA, maybe? I don't know. But why did they let Mercedes develop that engine? It was just so obvious that they were going to be dominant. It's the same thing happened in 2014, didn't it? With the hybrid that was made by Mercedes. I don't get it. Clearly other people can make the engine. We've got, Honda, although let's gloss over that one, but we've got Audi as well. They've made the engine themselves. So clearly other people could have done it. So I can't understand why they let Mercedes do the engine and then give it to basically 2 or 3 of their closest rivals. You've got McLaren, of course. Well, I just don't get it. It just doesn't have any logic to me whatsoever. But anyway, there you go. Coming off the back of a decent Australian Grand Prix. Since we mentioned about Formula 1 racing in Hawaii last week, about having a Hawaiian Grand Prix, I think I've heard there's been talks that Formula 1 could be racing in Hawaii, but we don't know. Well, I'd like to see it, Shane. I'd like to see a race in Hawaii, but who knows? Who knows? Especially with the way things are going in the world, with the rate it's going, we may end up with no Grand Prix because there won't be any countries to go to. Yes, but there you go. Wowzers. Lionel Pesci says, how are Codemasters going to make the cars slower when the 2026 update comes for F1 25? That's a very good point, Mr. Pesci, and I've been discussing that as well with people around the socials. Here's my theory. I said from the start that it's going to be pretty much impossible for them to shoehorn the 26 cars into the F1 25 game. I just can't see how it's possible due to the fundamental changes in the cars and the fact that you've got the removal of the MGUH, the heating element, of course. So just the removal of that, I think, will negate any question of there being a career mode for F1 26. I think what will happen is we will have another F1 2015 scenario. Yes, if anyone remembers that game, yes, greatest game that Codemasters ever made. So I think what will happen is, now I've also heard a nasty rumour. Of course, I can't confirm whether it's true or not because nobody knows the answer, because even Codemasters haven't, revealed the cars or anything. But the rumour is, I did get it from a good source, but I can't still claim for its validity. But the rumour is that the cars are just going to handle exactly the same as the 25 cars. There's going to be no changes to the handling model because it's going to be absolutely impossible to incorporate a different handling model into a game that's already been made. So that's the rumour, that the car's just going to handle like the 25 cars. So here's my thinking. I think it's going to be like F1 2015. I think you will have the new cars, the new shapes, you'll have the new liveries, and I think you may possibly be able to do a championship mode in the new cars. Remember that? One season, you pick your driver, accumulate points, get to the end of the season, you either win or you lose. That's what I think is going to happen. So it's going to be a championship mode for the new cars. So that way they can completely separate it from the F1 25 game. So and I haven't got to bother trying to incorporate it into a career mode structure, which I can't see it. And let's face it, this is just a DLC add-on. It's going to be what, $25.99. It's going to be like competing with Gran Turismo's DLC, isn't it? It's going to be 25 quid. They're not going to put a huge amount of resources into a DLC, are they? They're just not going to do it. I mean, basically, they should have just said, look, everyone, there's no game this year. We'll see you all for 2027. But on the flip side of that, unfortunately, they've still got to pay their bills. So they've got to have some kind of revenue coming in. And so, they've got to produce something. But as I say, I think that's all that's going to happen. We're going to have the new liveries. We are going to have the new shapes of the cars, use them in championship mode, and of course we'll be able to use them online. But I think that is going to be the extent of it, because there's just no way Codemasters are going to put that much effort into something that's going to cost 25 quid, are they? Let's face it. All right, well, the chat's going mad here, so let me rewind a little bit. There you go. Congratulations to George Russell on winning the Chinese Grand Prix. Yes, we know it's going to happen. George is going to win every race. Now, I did see in a I think it was a Channel 4 coverage when they interviewed Toto. He did look quite worried about the engine regulation change, which is coming in June, to do with the compression ratios, where it's going to be measured when the car is hot. He looked worried. I must admit, he looked worried. So I think he knows that, obviously that their car's been passed by the FIA. It's legal. It's not illegal. But I think if these new regulations come out, Mercedes are going to have to do a change, I think, to their car. And I think that change is going to put their performance down a little bit. Not too much, but I think it's going to knock them down a little bit. And I think Toto is a little bit worried by that. Now, of course, this is not happening until June. So, George has got a lot of races. Of course, it might be 2 races less due to what's happening in the world right now. But he's got a lot of races to get enough points accumulated that he could still win the championship anyway, even if the team starts heading into brawn territory and basically getting worse and worse as the races go on, which is what everyone remembers happened to Brawn. They were absolutely unbeatable out of the blocks, but slowly and surely, as the other teams caught up and suddenly worked out what a rear diffuser looked like, they started to catch up, and then Brawn started, but they still had enough points in the bag to win the championship for Jenson Button anyway. And that could happen with George and Russell if he gets to June, basically winning everything. He should still have enough points in the bag if it starts to go down. But Toto I was looking at his body language, and he definitely looked worried about the regulations in June. So I had to see what happens to Mercedes after that. He also said he was worried because if he had to make any design changes to the car in June, that of course would be a concern. Because of course no team wants to make fundamental engine design changes halfway through a season. Mr. Regard says the cars look real strange. Yes, they do. I'm kind of not sure if Adelaide Street Circuit is suited for Moto Grand Prix. No, me neither. Mr. Scissor Sisters is in the stream. He says, what a disaster Australia was. Yes, it was. I actually found the F3 and F3 Tour is much more entertaining than F1, which says it all. It does. It does say it all. Yeah, you've now got, as I think I've said this before, you've now got the lower formulas being more exciting and more of a spectacle to watch than the actual F1, which is supposed to be the pinnacle of motorsport. Yes, the pinnacle. Wait. Hang on. I've run out of battery. Someone call the AA. Anyone got green flag? I've no battery left. No, my battery's flat. Yes, that's the pinnacle of motorsport, isn't it? Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Unbelievable. Also, it was fun watching McLaren win whilst it lasted. Back to reality. Yes, back to reality. Yes. Although don't forget, McLaren have a horrible reputation for coming out of the blocks very slow at the start of the season, don't they? And then they improve as they go. So who knows what might happen. Keep the faith, that's what I say. Keep the faith. Also, don't forget, Andrea Stella was very critical of Mercedes for being very, very late on the instructions for the new engines. Don't forget that. He was very critical, and he's come out and said that in public as well, that basically they were giving the engines at the last minute and said, yeah, get on with it. Where's the instruction? You'll work it out. You'll work it out. Yeah, just put it on 200C, 20 minutes, and then whack your sausages in, and it'll be fine. That's basically what they were saying. So he was very public in his sort of criticism of Mercedes, which is kind of funny considering, they're supplying the engine to Mercedes. It's kind of funny. It's a bit like when you're in a restaurant and your soup tastes funny, and you're like, sorry, I gotta complain. No, this soup's bloody awful. Bloody awful. What are you trying to sell me here? So yeah, it is quite amusing to see that Andre has come out publicly and said we're not very happy about this, and I can understand. McLaren Racing got 2 solid races. They got championships. I do love the Adelaide Street Circuit, but it's not suited for the current F1 cars. It would need small cars. Still, though, the best moment of last year's FIA ceremony was Verstappen refusing to pick up his runner-up prize. Yes. You know, there isn't going to be an official F1 26 game by Cobra. It's just going to be a DLC on F1 25. Head girl George Russell. Well, he is, isn't he? He is. He is. How long was it before he started moaning during the Australian Grand Prix? How long was it? Was it 5 minutes? Was it 5 minutes when he started doing his girly little, I'm splitting on you. I'm splitting on you. Look, we had a driver's briefing about this as well, we did. Yeah, I'm going to split on you. Ah, what an upper class twat he really is, isn't he? You can just tell he's been mollycoddled from the time he come out of the womb. You can just tell. You can just tell, can't you? He's been mollycoddled from the time he come out of the womb, and I bet you he's excelled at everything throughout his life. I bet you he has. You just know he was head boy at school. You just know he was head boy. It's so obvious. I bet you he was top of the class in all his classes as well. Oh my God, it's just sickening. Says a complete loser. Well, look at this, everyone. We have the Moaning Yorkshireman in our stream. Can you believe it? It's actually true. Well, good evening to the Moaning Yorkshireman. These rules were only put in to appease potential new manufacturers. Engine rules now are dictated by whatever the car industry wants to promote. Yeah, this is true. Didn't it used to be the other way around? Didn't Formula One used to innovate and then the car industry used to copy? Isn't that how it used to work? Now it's the other way around. Yes. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. Oh God, the moaning knobhead has arrived. Well, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. Well, I don't know, Joss, if he's still there. I mean, I've got potential here, Joss. If you want it, I mean, I can hide him. Do you want me to hide him? Because yeah, I can hide him. It's not a problem. Yeah. What the goat said. Cheers, hun. F1 2015 Classic. Yes. I have such fond memories of that game. I really do. I even got persuaded by a member of the Elite Racing League that I'm in. I won't mention any names. Joseph! Oh, sorry, a little bit of phlegm came up there. But I was even persuaded to buy a PlayStation 4. And they weren't bloody cheap. I think I did get it a bit cheap. About 250 quid or something like that anyway. A PlayStation 4 just to play this said game, F1 2015. So I went out and bought, in fact, that's right, it was on offer. And the game wasn't going to come out for another 6 months. So I thought, well, I'll get the PS4 now and then that'll be sorted for when the game comes out. So for 6 months, I had this PS4. I had no games for it. Oh, hang on. It came with a Tomb Raider game, I think. Yeah. It came with a Tomb Raider game. So for 6 months, I had this PS4 with this Tomb Raider game, and I had one DVD. So I just kept playing this Tomb Raider game over and over and over and over again, waiting for F1 2015 to come out. And I was hyped. I was so hyped for that game. It was unbelievable. Really was hyped for it. And then it came out, and it was a pile of shite. Yes. In fact, it was 7 piles of shites. It really was. Yes. Can't believe it. Oh, hang on. We haven't got time to put a career mode. Don't bother then. No, just leave it out. No, just what can we offer them instead? Pro career. That's great. What's pro career? Well, it's exactly the same as the standard career, only we'll lock it off so you can only use cockpit view. There you go. That'll get the punters rolling in. That's all we're going to do, yeah. We'll call it Pro Career, and then we'll lock it off so that you can only use cockpit view. Oh, and you can't use any assists. We've locked all them off as well. Yeah. What do you mean you can do that in the standard game anyway? Can you? Oh, bugger. What else can we offer them? Quick. Oh, Oh, remember last year's game, 2014? Well, that was a pile of shite, wasn't it? Let's give them the 2014 season to make up for the pile of shite that we made the year before. Yeah, that's it. Hello, guys and girls. You can also drive in the 2014 season as well as the 2015 season. Yes. So, despite the fact that there is no career mode, you could actually do a 2-year career, because you could pick the same driver that's in the 2 years, the 14, the 15, and you could have a 2-year career. So it's almost a career mode, isn't it? But not quite. Yes. Well done. Brilliant. How much do we want for that? 70 quid, please. Yes, 70 quid. Yeah, that's right. 70 quid. Lovely. Yes. And it flew off the shelves. F1 2015 flew off the shelves. Not because it was any good, but because everyone was so excited and hyped, and the excitement was there. Everyone went out and bought it. And then what did we get? Oh my God. Quite possibly the worst F1 game for a very, very long time. Online was an absolute joke. Don't get me started on online. Everybody in the F1 community was making joke videos and about the online. I even made a few myself. There's one on my channel somewhere where I'm actually humping the car in front of me. My car is on top of it online, and I'm on top of it, and we're actually going like that down the track because I'm sitting on top of the car in front of me. Yeah. But there was just so many glitches and bugs. It was unbelievable. Surprisingly, as it went on, they managed to sort a lot of the fixes out. And in fact, if you go and look at it now and play it now, it isn't too bad. But, you know, by the time they fixed it, it was time to work on the next game. So, yeah, it was a bit pointless. But, my memories of that game. Epic. And don't forget, it was in 1080p, everyone. Yes, because the PS3 ones were only 720. Yes, so you had the visual excitement of it as well. Oh, my God. Yes. It's going to be another 2014 situation, a stopgap. Oi, Yorkie, that first is mine. What? First Formula 1 moved to MotoGP track in Qatar, and now MotoGP is moving to an F1 track in Australia in 2027. Yes. Frankie Nip might favour them not fully implementing the 26 cars the way things are going. Hello, Mr. Mr. Will F1. Mr. Will F1, everyone. He was asleep. He was asleep when I started this stream, but the moaning Yorkshireman comes in and suddenly he's fully awake. Look at him, fully awake. I've got to, as he's here, I've got to show him the naked TB the bear. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, the reason why my bear is naked is because of Will F1. Isn't it, TB? Yes. And he says, it's been a bloody cold winter, you little bastard. It has been a cold winter. And my poor bear is completely bare. As you can look, he's naked. He's a naked bear. Look at him, naked. And it's Will F1's fault because he demanded that I take his clothes. I don't know why. But he demanded I take his clothes off. And there he is. The naked bear. Number 1 Lewis Hamilton fan, aren't you, TB? Yes. Well, I know you're excited. World Champion 2026. Yes. Calm down, lad. Calm down. You never know, it might happen. It's not going to happen. Howdy. Oh lord, this stream is firmly in the bin, much like F1. Boom. You finally turned up for once. Finally not at work. There you go. Oh, talking about that, Josh, if you're still watching, I have got something for you. No, it's not that. And I will send it to you tomorrow. Why the F are these two on the same damn show? Wow. Who knows? Have you been sacked like Dom? Yes, probably. Christ, I wish. He'll get bored and be off in 5 minutes' time. He will. Congrats to Mercedes on winning the Constructors' Championship. Yes, indeed. On top of the pops this week, it's 1982 and 1989. Wow, 1982 was my favourite year. 1982 was my favourite year for top of the pops, I have to admit. Yes, 89 not so much. Congratulations to Gurley Russell for winning the championship, yes. Also on 1999 it's Jamiroquai who did the ITV F1 theme at the time, and Garbage who did a song that was in the intro of F1 Racing Championship. Yes they did. Yes they did. And of course they also did one of the James Bond themes, didn't they? Garbage. Was it which one was it? I can't remember. It was one of the Pierce Brosnan's one, wasn't it? Was it World Is Not Enough? There you go. World's Not Enough. The world is not enough. Yes. Congrats to Charles Leclerc on signing a Ferrari contract forever. Yes. Mercedes will win all but 2 or 3 races. You heard it here first, everyone. We've never had a remastered Formula 1 game. It's unlikely the Formula 1 games will get remastered. No, you're right, Shane. Unfortunately, like Formula 1 and sports games in general, they never get remastered. I don't think I've ever seen a remastered Formula 1 game at all. I don't remember ever. I know they do like the Jeff Crammond stuff where they're updating it, but actually proper remastering it like the Tomb Raider games with like modern graphics, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think it ever will, because unfortunately Formula 1, despite its bludgeoning popularity, is still a sort of niche market, especially if you compare it to Call of Duties, the Battlefields, the Fortnites and all that. It's a tiny percentage. Yes, Formula 1 games and stuff like that, I think it's about 7%. 7%, and if you look at something like Fortnite, that's probably got about 44% of the market, and then you've got Battlefield and Call of Duty, probably combined between the pair of them have probably got about another 40%. So yeah, it's a tiny slice of the market is Formula 1. So they're just not going to bother to remaster any of the games. I'll tell you what, I mean, I would love to see F1 97 remastered with modern graphics. I mean, just think how epic that would be. Don't change the game. Leave the game exactly as it is, because obviously you can do it, because they did it with the original Tomb Raider games. The original game is there, but they remastered and upgraded the graphics. So you can do it. So leave the original game as it is, because we don't want that molested. No, the original game is a game of beauty. We don't want it molested, but just do it with remastered graphics. Oh my god. I'll tell you what, I reckon that would sell. Seriously. It's a lot of people's favourite F1 game, and I think it would sell. Of course, you've got huge problems with that, with sponsorship. A lot of the sponsorship that's happening in the game would probably have run out decades ago, and so trying to sort out the licenses would be a problem. I have said before there is a solution to that, and that is that they could just, because they've got the AI tools available to them, they could just blur out the sponsors on the cars so that you couldn't actually make out what it was saying. That would get rid of a lot of the sponsorship issues. Unfortunately, you got all the trackside scenery as well. That might be a problem. I mean the deal with Foster's must have expired decades ago, and you got Foster's all over the F1 97 game, especially in Australia. There's Foster's everywhere, and so I don't know how they managed to get around that. So it's a shame, but yeah, I would love to see F1 97 remastered. I'd pay good money for that, I tell you, and I'm sure a lot of people would as well, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, not with any of these games. I think Mercedes will be fine, says Moan Yorkshireman. There you go. Jamiroquai mentioned, yes, potentially congratulations to Felipe Massa on winning 2008 due to the court case he seems to still be doing. Well, I have made a video on that, Mr. Rugara, and the latest report is he put in a £64 million lawsuit. £64 million. The judge has awarded him £250,000. That's just in compensation for what's happened. Now, it has gone to a High Court decision. So we've got to wait a couple of weeks to see what happens there. Personally, I don't think anything will happen. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. That story needs to be finished with now. The one thing that I'm very glad about is that the result of the 2008 World Championship is not going to change, and that is rightly so, because as I've said before, if you start changing championship around from the past, you're going to get in a hell of a mess. I mean, you could say, oh, Damon Hill was robbed in 1994 when Michael Schumacher hit him. Oh, yes, and lots of other situations in World Championships, and it just end up as a huge mess. And basically, Formula One would just be caught up in litigation and lawsuits for the rest of its life, which wouldn't be very long because it would just die. It really would. So, yeah, I'm glad that the decision is not going to be reversed. And I think that, of course, also puts into perspective Abu Dhabi 2021 as well. Of course, there's a lot of these nutcases out there that are still campaigning to get the decision reversed. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen whatsoever. And it's right that it shouldn't. There should be a statute of limitation on all this stuff, like maybe a year or whatever. That, you know, if you want to contest something, you've got a year to do it. And if it hasn't been done by then the decision must stand. You can't start going back to 2008, which is a very long time ago now, and start saying, oh yeah, I think purely on the fact that Bernie Ecclestone made a statement on a podcast, and that's why he brought the case in the first place. Otherwise, if Bernie hadn't have said that, he wouldn't have even got round to being in this position. So yeah, I'm glad that the result stands for the Grand Prix, and it should do as well. You should complain at the time and then sort it out that way. And I'll say there should be a limit on how long before it's sorted. You can't go back 20 years and start saying, that's mine, that's mine. Otherwise, you know, I mean, what about Fangio in 1955? You know, he was driving that Mercedes. Maybe it had illegal driving aids in it, and that's how he won. Yes, so, yes, give the championship to something. No, it's ridiculous. Just leave it alone now. Just leave it alone. You know, a lot of people are aggrieved from Abu Dhabi 2020, and I can understand that. But what they don't understand is it was a mistake. It was a mistake by a pillock called Michael Massey, and he got fired because of that mistake. He got fired. That should have been the end of it. But no, the conspiracy theories had to keep going on and on and on and on. But there you go. I had to buy myself a replica championship trophy from Temu. Yes. Fantastic. Yeah, I've already resigned myself to the fact McLaren won't win a race this season. What's this? What's this? We've got £2 for Mr. Will F1. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. But I don't know what's worse. Giving me £2 and then saying TMY is better than the Hookster. But what's worse than that is it's got 3 likes. No, that's it. I'm out of here. That's it. No. Cut the stream. I'm going. Perishing kids. Honestly. Unbelievable. I can't get out of this fucking chair now. Unbelievable. Perishing kids. You lot, honestly. No, that's it. I'm done. I'm going. No, I've had enough. No, that's it. I'm out of here. Oh. Bloody kids. Mighty Yorkshire, it's better than Hookster. Bloody hell. Going. before I come back, I just realised that I've left the computer on and the electric's very expensive. Bloody hell. Outrageous. Outrageous. Unbelievable. As Mr. Howard would say, biblical scenes right now. Biblical scenes. Unbelievable. TNY is better than that. Will and the controversy, yes. Yorkshire 1-2. Yorkshire 1-2. Good for you. I'm like Max. Lost interest in the top fans. I have my championship. Good enough for me. Like the track in Lasalle in Qatar is not suited for Formula 1. Lasalle isn't suitable for the Mini Cooper Cup. Oh, what's going on here? What? Why? What? Well, thank you for the £2 donation before I'd say anything else. But TB, I need a hug. TB. They're all having a go at me. TB. I know. You still love me, don't you? What? Oh, fucking hell. You know that time when you think to yourself, I'm really popular, and then you suddenly realise you're not really? Yeah, I've reached that moment. This is unbelievable. Is this Bash an Old Person Day? Is it Thursday? Bash an Old Person? Yeah, it is. I'm going to look at my favourite game of all time. Formula 1 97. Yes. Look at this. This is when games were games. Just look at the manual. Look at it. It's very old now. I've had it since 1997, believe it or not. But look at the manual. Look at it. Whole information about the circuit in full colour. Can you believe that? What do you get these days? Digital download and nothing. But look. I'm trying to distract myself from completely dying inside, okay? And it's not working. Look, magnet pause. No, I've got my hand on the wrong side because the camera's in reverse. Magnet pause. There it is, look. Circuit nevers. No, there it goes. Hockenheim. Yeah, it's the original circuit. Look at that. A thing of beauty. What else have we got? The A1 ring. Yes. Estoril. Yes, look at it. But just look. Look at not that page. Look at it. A thing of beauty. It even tells you who made the game. Look at them. Legends. That's who made the game. A load of legends. Yes. Let's call one of those legends out right now because he deserves to be top of the platform. Lead coder, Matt Birch. There you go. You're a legend. Let's look at the back of it. Look at that. I know it's in a DVD case because all the dual cases for the PS1, as anyone knows, smash to pieces very, very easily. So I've just converted them into DVD cases because all mine are... I've got a few left, but they smash very easily. Anyway, enough of that. Look at the back of that. Formula 1 97. What does it say? Split screen. Cockpit view. Huge collisions. Dual commentary by Murray Walker and Martin Brundle. Was it really? How many times did Martin Brundle say anything? Not very many. Dynamic weather effects. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay, I've stopped crying inside now. I can continue. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look, as I've been speaking, the likes have gone up to 3 again. This is unbelievable scenes. Oh my God. Yeah, I get you, Mr. Regara. What the F? What the F is going on? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. TMY is more desperate than the Hookster. And that's saying something. Supercars rate at the Adelaide Street Circuit now. Yes, completely agreed with the GOAT. Hide him. Time him out. Oh, can you do a timeout? Let's have a look. See what options we've got. I can report him to YouTube. Shall I be a George Russell? Shall I be a girly little swatty girl and say I'm reporting you to YouTube because you've been nasty to me? Yes. I can remove him. Look, I can put him in the bin where he deserves to go. Put him in the recycle bin. Oh look, there it is. Put user in timeout. Oh, the power. Oh, I'm drunk on the power now. Which one shall I pick? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The car industry just copies off endurance racing now. Yes, it does. Always desperate me, says the moaning Yorkshireman. Utter nonsense. Plural Play says F1 2015. What a load of rubbish that was. Still better than F1 98. That's true. That's true. Although over the years, I've grown to love that game. I've grown to love it. Yes, I really have. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. Probably because I've done far too many 100% races on it. But I don't know. It's just, it's grown on me. And I like that game now. I'm gonna come out and say it. I like F1 98, but it's still worse than F1 2015. Yes. Will's over 150 XP ahead, and he's still wanting me timed out, so I can't catch him. Yes. I knew these guys would come up with their £2. I wonder if EA will renew the contract for F1 games in 2027, or will F1 27 be their final F1 game? Well, I'm going to say that they're probably going to renew it for a few years, because if they're going to spend a huge amount of resources on this new F1 2027 game, which they are going to do, I can't see they're going to do all that and then dump it after 1 year. So I think they've got a long-term view. So I think from 2027 it'll probably be a 5-year plan, and they'll have the contract for another 5 years, because they're going to carry on making them. It's obvious they're going to carry on making them. That's why they've gone back to the drawing board, because they've finally seen sense and gone, hang on a minute, these games aren't really much different every year, are they? So we need to start again. And apparently F1 27 is being built from the ground up. So whatever happens, it will be a completely different game. Whether it's a better game, we'll find out in 2027. But whatever happens, it will be a completely different game. And it's a much needed shot in the arm for the F1 series. It really is. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to go to all that expense. Just make one game and then get rid of it. I'm sure it'll be like a 5-year contract, because let's face it, they'll carry on making the F1 game as long as it sells and people keep buying it, which they're going to do. I mean, they probably only just break even these days on the F1 game, but you know, it's enough. It's enough to keep them going, so they'll still do it. And don't forget, there's lots of sports titles out there that are still going after a huge amount of years. I mean, FIFA, although it's changed its name, it is still basically going. I think those Madden games are still going, and they've been around for donkey's years. Blimey, they were around in was it the PS1 or the PS2 era? I think they're still going as well. So yeah, they'll still keep churning them out, I'm sure, for another 5 years. I was calling for TM Y to be timed out, not UKD. There you go. There you go. Wait. Breaking news. A Yorkshireman, Mr. Will F1, wants another Yorkshireman timed out. The treachery, the atrocities. This is like Braveheart all over again. It is. Oh my goodness. This is just unbelievable scenes. Yes. A Yorkshireman wants another Yorkshireman timed out. Wow. I can't believe it. Rowan Yorkshireman says you'd be surprised what Hookster does for £2. Yes. In fact, £2, that's slightly overpriced, I have to say. If you got a quid, that'll do. There's a guy that lives very close to where I am, and he does begging, and we call him Billy the Quid, because that's all he does. He comes around and says, "All right, mate, give us a quid. Unfortunately, due to inflation, he's now up that to £2. So we can't no longer call him Billy the Quid. We have to call him Billy £2. Yeah, because he's like, come on, mate, give us a couple of quid. Because £1 is not enough anymore because of the inflation. It's not enough. He needs £2 now. Yes. He is a character. He really is. He is a character. He's not a good character, though. He's been a very naughty boy. But there we go. Yes. He swindled an old lady out of £89,000 of her savings, apparently. So, yeah. He's not a nice man. He's not a nice man, but he is known locally to us around here as Billy the Quid. Billy the Quid. Josh will expect his £2 worth back for of the weeks, most of which I still need to write. Yes. Do another one, TMY. Where is your predictions video for China, TMY? Dave TV exposes Codemasters. Yes, indeed. F1 2014 was a waste of money. Didn't even come out on PS4, whereas the other sports games did. Yeah, it was. And in fact, F1 2014 was very much like F1 2026 in real life, because that also was described at the time as Mario Kart, wasn't it? Because of the way you could ridiculously slide around the corners, which was stupid. It really was stupid how you could slide around those corners. Yeah. So it's very much coming full circle again. Talking about race reviews, just while everyone's here, just to remind you, unfortunately on Monday, I've got to go to the hospital, so I won't be able to do the review of the Chinese Grand Prix. So it may come out on Tuesday. In fact, I might set it as a direct rival to Josh's video. I'll set it at 6 o'clock. Yeah, just for shits and giggles. No, not really, but yeah, it might come out on Tuesday of this week, because unfortunately I've got to go to the hospital on Monday, so I won't have time to make it. Well, I'll be able to make a little bit of it before I go, but then after that it'll probably be Tuesday before it comes out. So join me at 5 o'clock, possibly on Tuesday, 1 hour before, so you'll get a sort of continuation. You'll be so fed up by the time you've seen Josh's video, you'll switch it all off. Yeah. But yeah, just while you're all here, that's just thought I'd mention that. I won't be able to do the review on Monday. I might do a quick short feed review for a minute or 3 minutes or whatever, but I'll do the full one when I've got the time. Apologise for that, but real life gets in the way, unfortunately. I forgot that I had this appointment already going, so yeah, I'll do it when I come back. Let's continue. What's Thank you, Josh, for the £2. Once again, he's got 3 likes on this. This is ridiculous. Well, look, now he's got 4 likes because I've liked it now, and I've done that as well. Unbelievable. Even Will is astounded. He says, "Fucking hell." I agree with you, Will. I agree with you. Coming out tomorrow for China. There you go. TMY is a bigger cheat than Lance Armstrong. Whoa. Whoa, Mr. Rugara. Whoa. That's controversial. I think F1 2020 was the last good F1 game until EA bought Codemasters. I agree. F1 2015 was meant to be 2014 originally, but as we found out, it was nowhere near finished. It was not. He still hasn't noticed. I've noticed now. 300 XP was the record before today. Josh, calm down. You haven't got £4 to spend. You're right. I haven't. He's going to do a third one, says Will. Have you watched F1 the movie yet, Dave? I haven't yet, Shane. I haven't. I was actually offered it a couple of weeks ago because my nieces had it on one of the streaming services, but I forgot. I forgot all about it, and it was only on like a 48-hour rental or something, so I missed it. Never mind. I was watching Top Gear. Will won that episode. Iconic victory there. I did it twice. Will doesn't have to, as Lulu fan for the first time since 2024. Oh, actually true, because I got second with that. TMY is going to win. What do you think it would be like, Dave, if the Singapore Grand Prix was in the day instead of at night? Well, we've done the Singapore Grand Prix in the F1 game on the Elite Racing League, and none of us liked it. No, it was weird. It was weird driving Singapore in the daytime. It was very, very weird, and none of us liked it, so we stopped doing it. So I would say that it wouldn't be very good in real life as well. Yeah, it was just so weird, and we all sort of got confused with the track. We were like, wait a minute, there's a corner there, because it just looks so different in the daylight. So yeah, I would say not for me. Cheers, Hookster. No problem. Pessy doing solid as usual. Go on, do a super chat. Do it. I have to agree with that. 1982 was the best year for Top of the... It certainly was. Yeah, I started recording songs off the radio, I think about 81, something like that. But not too many. But 1982, that's when I went full beans and started doing them all. Yeah, I remember that. Garbage did the world is not enough. They did. It was. 2014 wasn't the first time Abu Dhabi was the final race of the Formula 1 season. Abu Dhabi was also the final race of the 2009 and 2010 F1 seasons. Yes, indeed. 1982 was my favourite year for Top of the Pops. Nobody tell him who was the host. Well, I think, judging by that, I can probably guess who the host was. Yes. Was it Now Then? God. I apologise, I'll never do that again. Okay. Oh, Josh has done it as well. Yes, that's it. Now then. Jingle. F1 98 should be remastered. It should be. But how on earth can you remaster F1 98? I mean, the quality is so bad, those graphics. I mean, it would take NASA genius to try and remaster that, surely. I mean, to remaster something, especially if you're going to keep the original game, you've got to have some kind of substance there. F1 97, you could definitely remaster that because the game is solid. But F1 98, oh my God. You'll have all these NASA scientists going, wait, what? What's that bit of code in there? What? Why did they put that over there? So yeah, I can never see that happening. Oh, here he goes. I can see the bottom of that screen, Dave. Yes, let's get an F1 98 remaster. Yeah, that's what we need. I'd love to see that. I mean, let's face it. We were robbed with F1 98, weren't we? Because the season in real life was absolutely brilliant. So exciting. Who remembers Alexander Wirtz in the Benetton? Putting the manners on Michael Schumacher at Monaco. Absolutely hitting him so many times he actually destroyed Schumacher's car in the end. Oh my God, who remembers that? But the whole of the 98 season was just absolutely brilliant. And yet for a video game we were absolutely robbed. Don't forget, of course, 98 was the year when Renault pulled out of the sport, and it was pandemonium because we had all these Renault engine cars, customer Renault engine cars, that they had to rename the engine to all the different, what was it, Mechachrome, and I can't remember half the others, but I remember it was the Williams Mechachrome, which was, as I say, basically a Renault engine, but a customer Renault engine, which I have explained before, but I will in case anyone doesn't realise. Now, this doesn't happen these days. When you have a customer engine, it's totally different how it works. But back in those days, the difference between a works engine was that they would turn up to your team with the works engine. Let's call it a Renault. Turn up with your team with like 22 engineers, basically just for that engine. And all the way through the season, they'd be working on that engine, trying to improve it, trying to develop it, and what have you. And then the rest of your team was concentrated on, the aerodynamics, the chassis, and everything else. But the engine was, on a works engine, was always controlled by their own team, and they would do that. Now, if you wanted a customer engine in Formula One back in the day, you would basically get in your transit van, drive to the factory, whoever it was at the time, we'll say Ford as an example, and you'd get Brian behind the till, and he'd say, "Yes, mate," and you go, "I'd like a Formula One engine, please." And Brian would go, "Oh, hang on, let me see if we got any in stock." And then he'd shout over to his Obbo, "Steve, what, mate? We got any Formula One engines? What do you want? What do you want?" He wants a Ford V8. Ford V8. "Oh, we got one in stock. That's lovely. All right, where's your van? Is it at the back, is it? All right, okay. Just drive round the corner, okay? And then Steve will be out in the forklift in a minute." Right, okay. And so you drive round the corner, and then Steve on his forklift would have this fucking great engine on a pallet. There's your transit van. You open up the back doors, and whack-a-doodle-doo, in goes your Ford engine. That's your customer engine. And that's the extent of what you get with a customer engine. Back in the day, it doesn't happen now, it's completely different, but back in the day. So you then get your transit van, drive to your factory, and then your own team would have to be responsible for that engine to try and develop it, to try and make it. So that's the difference back in the day between a customer engine and a works engine. But as I say, completely different nowadays. Doesn't work like that. Never ask who was on one of the acts who used to perform Top of the Pops in the 70s. This is actually a solid podium. TNY and the two goats. TNY has been dyeing his hair again, says Will. Oh my goodness. Is this a controversial thing, is it? Is this controversial, Will? Oh my goodness. Do you want to be in my gang? Do you want to be in my gang? My gang? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's... Oh my God. I highly doubt we will get an F1 remaster. I know, Shane. I've never dyed my hair. Do we believe this statement? Do we believe this statement, everyone? No. A dominant Yorkshire 1-2. Well, it has been more grey. I highly doubt we'll get any F1 remastered games. I suppose. Yeah, I know. We can dream. I'm dyeing it grey. We do get remastered games like action games, adventure games and story games. Well, you do, because they're more popular than Formula One. Get Adam to do a video about the mighty Matiz. There you go. I was thinking of doing a championship on F1 98 driving as Ricardo Tossett, the greatest F1 driver in the history of the world. Yes, he was. Ricardo Rossett. Yes. What a guy. What a guy. You know, when I used to watch him going around, I used to think, I could be that good one day. I could really be that good one day. Because it wasn't much effort, was it? Would love to see that. After the prizes are handed out, that's that. And how dead is it, Will? Get Jack Nichols on the all-sit. No, no, trust me, I don't dye it. Can't be arsed with that. Early 30s and Josh's hair is already fucked. Or just cutting it to remove the grey hairs. I'm getting it cut on Saturday. All three of them. Get Josh's mum on the all seasons rubbish. Toy Story 5 comes out. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm sure George Russell will be happy with that. I bet he's already ordered the 4K Blu-ray of that. Yes, because Woody's in it. Yes. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a stressful job. You're telling me. You're telling me. The only good thing about F1 98 was the intro. They must have spent all the budget on that instead of making a good game. Yes, they did. They did. Brilliant. Though, to be fair, they had to rush F1 98 to get it in time for the last race of the season. Yeah, we'll give him that. What does Fixed think of the regulations this year? Oh, Mr. Pez, don't get me started. Don't get me started, please. I've got a new addiction, and it is watching his channel. It really is. I'm like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I try to look away, but I just can't. He's just absolutely unbelievable, and some of the stuff he comes out with is just so over the top. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And people call me crazy, and yet this bloke puts me in a cocked hat. He's still looking for the yes. Where's my ketchup? Please don't go, Dave. Okay, I won't. Oh, that was from when I went earlier. Blimey, I'm well beyond all these comments. No. Will F1 Gaming's crazy in love with Beyonce and Jay-Z. He hasn't read the rest yet. He's walked off whilst on a call to Josh and Jamie before. Roll the synthesizers. Come back, Dave. I've come back. I'd forgotten about that. The Hookster has walked out like the Bee Gees did on the Clive Anderson show that time. Ah, yeah, that was great. That was a great bit of TV history. That was absolutely great. Yes. He just got up and walked off. He's coming back. It's like an encore. And I've lost the chat. Here we go. You'll always be Las Tossas to me, Clive said. TMY first. Glad you come back in. I'm back. Madness by an absolute mile. Get Josh's... don't cry, Dave. My mum will probably do it. Please, Dave, I don't like seeing you cry. I'm all right, Shane. I'm all right. I'm back, mate. What a classic. I love Formula 1 on the PS1. Me too. The F1 97 manual is misinformation. I was promised the Lola F1... They lied. They lied. Oh my goodness, Mr. Plynal Plessy, they lied. Who'd imagine people lied back in 1997? Hungary is a fucking... No, it's not, Will F1. Wowzers me. Hello, Mr. Matthew D'Souza, Real Sporting Perspective. He says, wowzers me trousers. Wowzers me trousers. Hungary is a solid track. Murray Walker's A1 ring introduction reintroduced the introduction from the Nürburgring. I was confused when he said, German racing fans are delighted to have a second Grand Prix again. Yes. It's in Australia. It is. Do you have Ayrton Senna Monaco Grand Prix 1 and 2 games, Dave? I've got the second one. But it's on the Mega Drive. I think. Which is... It's behind me. It's behind me. But it's on the Mega Drive. It's Ayrton Senna Super Monaco Grand Prix 2. Yes, I got that one. You're right there, Murray. You are. Genuine madness. Also, he said something about the final chicane. I don't remember the A1 ring having a chicane. Lando Norris has now been complaining for the whole F1 paddock. He has. What do you think it would be like if the current F1 cars race at the Adelaide Street Circuit? I think Adelaide's day has come and gone. It was a great street circuit back in the day, but I just don't see it being too good for these modern Formula One cars, to be fair. So I think it's at its day. It was a great circuit, I have to say. Don't you dare. Do it. Andrea Kimi Antonelli gained points due to an accident in FP3. Lando Norris was a strange cat. TMY cannot wait for sprint race qualifying. Shane Coburn podium right now might be coming to an unfortunate end. Sad times. He wants to see Esty Bestie Ocon in the top. SD, SD, bestie, to you. Ooh, ooh, dooby doo doo, 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 doo. SD bestie to you. I just can't understand why they decided to make the change now and cancel 2026. They've known for years this is the year of the regulation change. I'd have personally have cancelled 2024. Yes, everybody I've seen in the comments, Josh, for like Formula One game and everything else, has said exactly the same thing. And they can't understand why, when you've got a year with so many drastic changes, that they decided, oh, we'll just do a DLC. Well, it's quite obvious. It's called laziness. Laziness. Also, don't forget, they were brought out, weren't they, EA, by that consortium, and they're currently $20 billion in debt. I'll tell you what, if I was $20 billion in debt, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. In fact, I'd never be able to sleep again if I was $20 billion in debt. So there's been a lot of restructuring at Electronic Arts. A lot of restructuring. And I think what happened was, by the time they got all that sorted out, they suddenly realised they had gone past their development window for making next year's game. So that's why they had to make the decision and say, oh, look, we're just going to concentrate on 2027 and just bring out a DLC. I think they ran out of time. I swear they ran out of time, because they usually have to start the next game in October. And it was the end of pretty much the end of November before they announced that they weren't going to be bringing out a game and just do a DLC. So they'd already lost the whole of October and November in development time. So they would have been 2 months behind before starting 2026. So they sensibly realised we haven't got the time to do it. So let's just bring out a DLC and move on to 2027. But yes, I agree. It's bad timing. Absolutely the worst timing. As I've said, to try and shoehorn the 2026 cars into the 2025 game, it's not going to work. As I say, I'm pretty sure what will happen is it will be a separate mode from the main game, just to, and I don't think the handling will be any different from the 25 cars. I think it'll be the same. They'll probably have to put in the battery management to keep everyone happy, but apart from that, I see very, very little changes, because, as I say, this DLC is going to be, what, 25 quid? They're just not going to use all their resources trying to make something special. It'll just be a stopgap. That's all it'll be, a stopgap. And for everyone that's thinking, oh yes, we're going to have the 2026 cars, we're going to have a 10-year career mode, that is never going to happen. If they put a 10-year career mode with the 2026 cars, I will eat my hat. Yes, in fact, I will close down this channel, because yes, not going to happen. God, I hope it doesn't now. Go Ocon. Madden is still going. It's been around since 1988. In one of the old games, there was an ambulance that would run over players in the way. Wowzers. 1988 Madden. I know it's been going a long time. So yeah, as I said, you've got Madden still going. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Formula 1 will still be going as well. But nobody plays that rubbish, and EA and exclusive license with NFL, just like the F1 license. Come on, Esty bestie to you. I'm back from reading my sister's story. Oh, that's nice. True Pessy. Imagine TMY's XP if he did a £5 super chat. Billy 2 quid. Billy the quid. Not happening. Get Adam to do a video about the broken Mighty Matiz. Paddock 69, the legitimate winner of the show. No, he isn't. I might get him to do one if he'd like to. Nope, I am. Shame we haven't had a Finnish Grand Prix yet, and both Mick Häkkinen and Kimi Räikkönen are from Finland and never got to do their home race. TMY should be disqualified. I'll watch your video first, Hookster. Well, thank you, Will. Thank you very much. Thank you. That'll be fun. Love to have a bit of rivalry. Yeah, don't worry. I'll put it out at 5 o'clock, because if I do it at 6 o'clock, it will actually disappear out of the YouTube algorithm. And as videos are doing bad for views anyway, especially with the new Formula 1 regulations, I want to stick to the algorithm. So yeah, you can release yours whenever you want, but I shall be doing mine at 5 at the usual time. True, Shane. What you got to go to hospital for? Your head has already gone. Well, thank you. I've got to go to hospital and have some blood tests because 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks ago now, I was sitting at home absolutely fine, and suddenly I felt very, very ill, and it literally came on within seconds. So I felt very, very ill. I've actually got a blood pressure monitor, and it had dropped alarmingly low. I spent the next 3 days, unfortunately, feeling still sick. I did recover, but I still didn't feel right. So I went to the doctors, and they said, right, we'll have to do some blood tests to see if there's anything going wrong. And unfortunately, if the blood tests come back and it's all fine, they're going to have to do some tests on the old ticker, because obviously there's got to be a reason why my blood pressure suddenly dropped very, very quickly. It's very, very strange. It literally came on within seconds. I was absolutely fine. And I suddenly got this wave of, I don't know, feeling very, very ill. Very, very ill indeed. And so, yeah. Anyway, I can't tell you anymore because I don't know anymore. Hopefully it'll just be something that, you know, I'm out to get sorted. I don't know. But it's nothing to worry about at the moment. Yeah, I'm just going for some blood tests. So that's all it is. Who, Adam, are you talking about? Are you talking to me when you said true, Shame? This is the maddest show of all time. It is. I agree. Adam is one of my friends who has started YouTube saying he does car reviews. What's true then? Raikkonen and Hakkinen racing together would be great. It would. TMY, totally moronic Yorkshireman. Oh, Will F1. Will F1. Oh my goodness. Radio DJ Dave. What's this? He's got enough. Oh, wait a minute. He's changed it. He's got Hookster will always be better than... I've gone all fluffy inside now. Of course, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Not wishing to boast, but you are absolutely right. Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Look at that. Finally, TMY is correct. Yeah, but you know, I mentioned that we haven't had a Finnish Grand Prix and Hakkinen and Raikkonen never got to do their home race in Formula 1. In 2013, the BBC showed an episode of The Tweenies where one of the characters dressed up as JS. It got over 200 complaints. I'm not surprised. How is TMY going to explain to the old dears that they can't go out to dinner on Easter because he spent his money on a YouTube stream? I like that. This has to be an all-timer Windows down of a show. Thankfully, they have their own money. Yes. 1998, Angel of Mine, The Boy Is Mine year. Yes. 2029 will be the 100th anniversary of the Monaco Grand Prix. Wow. The birth of Lance Stroll. How was Top of the Pops in 1998? Absolutely rubbish. Yes. Play Life. Thank you, Will. That was the other one. Super Tech. Yes. Thank you. Last year was the 100th anniversary of the Belgian Grand Prix. Soon to do 200 Formula 1 races. The money that you live off, Josh. Body like an hourglass and ticking like a clock. We need F1 2001. Yes, we do. He wants 1000 XP. Who misses the Sepang International Circuit? Yes, me. F1 2001 remastered would slap. I'm happy with 525 XP. Malaysia was great. And F1 2002 imitation Jeff included. TMY is and always will be a legend. It certainly was. Hookster is beautiful, says Will. Oh my goodness, thank you, man. Thank you. Jokers. Not sure if you're being ironic. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, great. Liam the lesbian Lawson as F1 fanatic Ren calls him. Have you played the Hot Wheels games, Dave? Unfortunately not, Shane. I'm pretty sure the last one I got was the one that gave you vertigo. If it's got anything that spins round, no. Liam the lesbian. I'll have you know we have better racecraft than Lawson. Bring back A1GP. Yes. Yorkshire dominance is exciting fans. I love video games based on movies. Yes. Correct. We need at least 3 Iranian Grand Prix. No, no, no. F105 is the best PS2 Formula 1 game ever. Yes. Ricardo Rosset, what a career he had. I remember when he impressed everyone at Monaco that year, driving the car into a wall. Could be cool to have. TMY will be 52 years old this year. Dave has less grade than Josh. This is true. This is true. Josh's mum on the all seasons. I certainly will. Yes, Shane. F105 is still incredible. And I've lost the chat. Hate it when he does that. There we go. Fixed is like Brian Harvey of E17 ranting about anything. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you who Fixed reminds me of. If anyone remembers Grand Theft Auto 4, if you remember when you come out of your apartment and there was a bloke across the road shouting any old shit, you know, like a preacher man, he was just going, "Oh, come to me." That's what Fixed reminds me of. Nobody took any notice and they just all walked past him, but he was out there when you got out of your apartment in GTA 4. There he was, ranting and raving like a lunatic. Fixed is the F1 version of trash TV. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I mean, some of his theories are just so off the clock, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. TMY left school in 1990. 1890. Yes, Lionel. I am thinking Formula 1 might return to the Adelaide street circuit because we're getting a lot of street circuits in Formula 1. Adelaide will never be able to reach Grade 1, so they will never return. Regara's team done rather well this year to get a podium and a points finish to start the season. You know, the Adelaide street circuit may not be suited for the current Formula 1 cars as it needs small cars. It will be a safety disaster, Shane, as MotoGP will find out. Albert Park is rather solid, deserved opener. Dave is waiting for Sinclair C5 for videos. I am. I've been waiting a long time, and where are they? Where are my Sinclair C5 videos? 1981 was another great year for Top of the Pops. They even had a show on Christmas Eve, which just shows how big the show was back then. And that was the day before the Christmas special, yes. Great stuff. Yeah, which is why the street circuit is not suited for the current F1 cars. 81 was solid for Top of the Pops. It's still in the shed. Well, that's no good in the shed, is it? We need to see it fully repaired and running. Yes. I'll tell you what, Josh. I'll tell you what. I know a certain F1 engine manufacturer. Yeah, that begins with H. They've got loads of engines that they just can't get rid of. And I'll tell you what, I bet you could get one of those really cheap. Just got to watch the vibration a little bit in your old Sinclair C5. You might be sitting there going, whoa, but you know, look at it like this, Josh. They'll be cheap, very, very cheap. Yes, guaranteed. Aston Martin Honda engines will be going up on eBay in a couple of months. About 50 quid. You better get one for about 50 quid, and with the battery, because you need the battery, obviously. Yeah, they'll be cheap. So yeah, you might want to put one of them in your Sinclair C5 because that would be great. I'd love to see that. I really would. Real sporty perspective picking up points. EA's decline started in 2005. They made rubbish Madden and NBA games on Xbox 360. I'm sure a lot of Formula 1 fans miss the Adelaide street circuit. Yes. The 2000s music lists were great. The Motoring Yorkshireman. I've recorded that bit as evidence. Not even like 100 plus, 600 plus. I miss Formula 1 racing at Hockenheim. Why have you got your Sinclair in your house, Josh? I also miss Formula 1 racing at Nürburgring. Real F1 gaming about to be 300 for the third time. Oh, it's done it again. Stupid bloody chat. Not you, chat. I'm talking about the way it scrolls up. There we go. I haven't. It's in the shed. Get it out. You missed the joke, you numpty. Damn. Bit forward, Will. People usually pay me £2 first. Good days in the 2000s where Formula 1 raced in Malaysia, in Sepang, Germany at the Hockenheim, the Nürburgring, also France in Magny Cours. TMY is a melt. Oh my goodness. Then demand a refund. Refunds, yikes. TMY should phone Dave. The Motoring Yorkshireman channel is still going. Josh is on his mum's computer. He can't afford his own mobile. Looks to be here at midnight reading all the... You're right. I have got to go. TMY is a melt. Bloody. The hell is going on? That's what I say every time I do these streams, Josh. Hell. F1 2020 is the best F1 game. Lando, I don't think Formula 1 want to race in Iran at the moment. Norris. As a coach, I always think about the brain of the people I coach. Exactly. Matt. Tosser, Raikkonen, Stewart, PK, Prost, Patrese. Why is it funnier when it's spread over comments? Mansell. And you'll have an easy job coaching this lot, Matthew, because none of them have got brains. Dave will have to read more comments. Dave will never finish. That's what she said. Sure, that makes it harder, KD. You can't coach us. Top of the Pops declined in 1991 when the Radio 1 DJs left, replaced by a bunch of people who nobody ever heard of. Exactly. Oh my goodness, thank you, Mr. Will F1. He's given me £1 as well. Look at this. This is crazy tonight. What is going on? Damn. He's just going to sit there and take the money. Bit like Dave is doing right now. There are so many circuits I like in this world. Paddock 69. Now I see why you say this is bollocks. It isn't bollocks. He got 4 likes. His favourite drivers. I just wanted to beat my record. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. Yes. Where's TMY on your Yorkshire rankings nowadays? Well, he's up the top, isn't he? Obviously. The Motoring Yorkshireman lasts as long as Micro... Leave it, Plynel. Leave it. I'm still very hurt about that. Sinbad Legend, he got 600. I don't think the Honda PU has enough horses even for a Sinclair. They sold most of the horses off to Tesco. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Mansell, Diniz, Final Plessy, Dom is a melt. Dave made a YouTube specifically for micro machines on PS4. It was going to take him to the main... It was. But it didn't happen. It would have happened, Josh, if only the game hadn't been completely shit. It was the only problem. All right, admittedly, it was a massive problem, but it was the only problem. Yes. Eats. Sadly for Will, I've got nothing to show this week. Dry chicken. To be fair, Micro Games PlayStation actually had videos, something that has never happened to the Motor Yorkshire. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Yes. China predictions, KD. Dry chicken. Paddock 69 still on the podium despite money being spent. He's truly the greatest. Sinbad, Legends of the Seven Seas. Thick chicken. This is very true. Can't argue with that. Thick, dry chicken. Hookster probably thought that Micro Machines game was going to be successful. I did. Right, that's it, everyone. I've got to disappear. Now, he even mentioned that game during the early days of the All Seasons rubbish. I did. The Grumpy Yorkshireman. Right, now. I've got to disappear now because the time's getting on. Chicken. Now, as I said last week, I couldn't use the Pick of the Pops music because they keep copyrighting it. So what I've done, because I'm a genius, is he needs a shit. Yes. What I've done, because I'm a genius, is I have speeded up the Pick of the Pops music to I think it's double speed. So hopefully the YouTube copyright monkeys aren't going to detect it, and it should get through. So there you go. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So the music has been sped up in an attempt to get, because everyone likes the music, you see, and I like the music as well, but unfortunately I couldn't do it last week because every single stream last year came up, oh no, because it's copyrighted, you can't use it. And I thought, well, I can't edit that bit out because it's the whole part of the end of the show is the top fans. So I thought I can't do it. So I had to just leave it as copyrighted. So we're going to try it. We're going to try this time because who knows? Maybe I'll earn 10p at the end of this. Not including the donations, of course. I'm just talking about from the ads. I might get 10p for this if I do this and it works. Rattle through them at twice the speed. Yes. Right, I've got to cover over here. Otherwise you're going to see them. There we go. The 59th best Yorkshireman on YouTube. Congrats, 59th. He's the winner. Well done to TMY. Hey, I finally made the stream again. Hello, Mr. Eddie. Welcome to the stream. Yes, you finally made it. Right at the end. Right at the end. We're just about to finish. Thank you, everyone. Right, here goes then to the top fans for this week. Let me close that off. There we go. Right. I've got to play the music now. Hopefully YouTube won't copyright the music. Where is the desktop audio? There it is. Right, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be a complete disaster. Okay, pop pickers. At number 8, the top fan for this week is going to be... There's no one there. There's no one there. Where are you all? There you are. It's Matthew D'Souza, the Real Sporting Perspective with 50 XP. Well done. In at number 7, we have... Even though he's just joined the stream at the last dying seconds, it's Polish Eddie F1. Well done, Eddie, in 7th place. Wowzers. He's put in an SD bestie type performance there. And in 6th position, it is Shane. Oh, my goodness. Well done to Shane in 6th place. Into 5th place, it's Mr. Regara. So let's go for the top 4 now. In 4th position it's Plynal Plessy. Oh my goodness. It's time now for the podium positions for the top fans for this week. At number 3, it's the Scissor Sisters. Oh my goodness. Which means at number 2 we have... It's Will F1, which means number 1 is... And in no way due to the enormous donations he's given me tonight, it's the Moaning Yorkshireman at number 1. Let me put that down a bit. There you go. He is this week's top fan. There you go. Right, I've got to stop that now. Stop the music. There it goes. And there I am. Let's make myself a little bit smaller. That's what she said. Ah, where am I? Here I am. Chat over there. There it is. Confirmation. Okay, Josh, you can now screenshot that for your pleasure for the next 100 years. That you've actually, well, apart from the fact that you actually turned up on a stream, which is, as we know, everyone, is very, very rare. It's usually about 1 stream a year. But he's actually turned up for a stream. And not only that, he's put in a George Russell type performance. And he's won it. He's won it. And in no way has that been caused by the amount of donations he's done tonight. But there he is, top fan for this week. So I'd just like to thank everybody in the chat tonight for joining me. Where on earth am I? Well done. Yes, thank you everyone. I'd like to thank my mum for having me. Poey said he picks up points. He does. It's done. Paddock, solid effort. Have you seen his answer that is a boss in the track for IndyCar? Yes. All good. I'll drop a like. Thanks, Eddie. Well, that sounded awful. I agree, Josh. But if it gets past YouTube, it sounds fine. Shame I'm not on the podium this time. Unlucky. Poetry, well done. And speed the music up due to copyright. Yes. Lol. Decent. At least I got 6th place. Tell Lowe the results. How did Shane drop to 6? He's been here all the time. I know. It's unbelievable. Who knows? To be honest, I don't know how the points are worked out. I don't think anyone knows how the points are worked out, Josh. I don't even think YouTube knows how the points are worked out. Are you staying up for practice and qualifying? Are you getting some sleep before sprint? Yeah, I'm definitely not. Well, unfortunately, over here, Eddie, I don't get it live, so I only get the highlights. So, yeah, I don't even get the practice at all. I get the qualifying, but that's like 12, 13, 14 hours later, unfortunately. But there you go. It's free, Eddie. It's free. And the way Formula One's going at the moment, free is good. Free is good. Free is our friend. Free is our friend. Yes. How could we even complain when it's free? Hooray, wowzers, champion. This should be on Yorkshire News. I've done a thing. Me trousers, I'm calling Look North. Miracles have happened. Decent result. TNY is going on TV. It's going to do a community post about this. Screenshot. That's going into the wank bank. Okay, brilliant. Hopefully you're in your house, Dave. Yes, I am. Look in the horror show that the Freedom Thief, Planet Plessy solid again. Missed opportunity, madness. These points are fucked up. TMI won't sleep tonight. Very mad evening that. TMI back to Waldesti Bestie. 12 points. Indeed. Anyway, that's it, everyone. Thanks for joining me tonight. You have been awesome, as always. And, of course, we've got the Chinese Grand Prix this weekend. Thanks to that. So, thanks to everybody in the chat. I'd also like to thank F1 Fixed for mentioning tonight a few times and for being a complete lunatic. So thank you, sir. Thank you, because you are essential viewing for me right now. I have to watch your videos because, you know, I'm like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I try to look away, but I just can't. I think that's the intention, to be honest. But anyway, there you go. Good night, everyone. Good night. Yes, you've all been great. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I can tell you off the top fans who you are. Thanks to Matt. Thanks to Polish Eddie. Thanks to Shane. Thanks to Mr. Regard. Thanks to Planet Plessy, Scissor Sisters, Will F1, and the Moaning Yorkshire Man. Much love. Let's get it right, everyone. Much love. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll see you later. As I say, my Monday video review of the race will be delayed because I've got to disappear somewhere. So it will be out at some point. Yes. Thank you, everyone. And it used up all my love. Yes. Thank you, everyone. And right, hi, you guys, and welcome back to the Motoring Yorkshireman. Bloody hell. Yes, that's it. I've got to escape this madness now. It's been too much for me. Thank you, everyone. Laters and good night.